with pee on the floor. They put me in there, and they had on the floor, human. I got it in my pocket, and urine. They put me on the floor and told me to pee in a little hole. Are you me?
Not for you guys. Cameras don't hurt, but for all we don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it's either we know why you're here and why you're shooting video, because it's not common.
What's your ID on you?
I got Fourth Amendment, man.
Fourth Amendment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you do. I understand that, but there's also state law stating you have to provide form of...
Township Police Department. The reason we're here is we got a call for a suspicious vehicle, okay? Someone passed her by or whomever called, said it was a white vehicle sitting along the path.
Are you in search of a thrill-packed, heart-pounding, and Constitution-throbbing sightseeing tour? Then climb aboard the ride called Constitution Meets American Reality. But before you step on, be sure to arm yourself with 2 lawful weapons: the right to film and the right to refuse a search. Today's itinerary will take you through a series of bizarre legal pit stops. A 50-degree Fahrenheit cell so icy it feels like a meat locker, an impromptu's acred ground sidewalk, and a parking lot where the Bill of Rights is bulldozed by badges and walkie-talkies. Each location offers its own tragicomedy, utterly real and flagrantly unconstitutional. And to kick things off, here's the opening exchange between 2 unwilling guests at the Ogden City Detention Center in Utah on September 18th, 2024. Have you ever booked the All-American Vacation Retreat Tour? If not, let this conversation between 2 former guests swing the gates wide open to life behind bars. A cell kept at a freezer-like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, floors neatly glazed with human feces and urine, plus a bonus cardiac endurance test. Blood pressure at 210/110 with 0 meds, blankets, or toilet in sight. And people still insist the U.S. jail system is humane. Has this 3-star urine-scented hotel finally reeked enough to rouse the 8th Amendment from its slumber?
What's up, you rebel, you... Huh?
Let me tell you what happened. First time I've ever been in jail, right? They charged me with the slew of shit.
Oh, yeah, I know already.
Yeah.
I got you...
Did you look at the video, your video?
Oh, yeah, it's all over YouTube now.
Are you filming me now?
Yeah. Tell us what happened. Tell us your experience in here, because
Dawn's
they told
in there
me...
right now.
Yeah.
And since 12 o'clock, we have not been allowed to even take a piss.
That you were being uncooperative with them all this time being in here. So what? I mean, what they did to you, what they expect for you to lick their boots?
They deserve... I had to tell Drake, the gal let me go, I said, I'm not being disrespectful. Mm-hmm. I have a right to say what I want to say.
Yeah. Frickin' charges.
When I walked up to that guy, I went over to the guy that first put his hands on me, okay? And he said, you guys are dismissed. I went over and thanked him. And I walked away and I started walking up the sidewalk. I was going to my car.
Yeah.
And he ran. So Duarte said, don't walk up on my sergeant like that.
Yeah.
And he just came out of the thing, and he didn't say I'm under arrest, detained, or anything. He just grabbed me.
Yeah,
and I took his hand, and I pushed it away. I said, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
And then they take my camera.
Yeah. They didn't give it back to you?
No. They have it as an evidence.
That's against the law, because they need a warrant.
I was telling them in there, a guy named Wilfred or Wolfie or something like that. Herrera was the sergeant in charge. And then there's a guy named Nielsen. These sons of wouldn't let me 6.5 hours. You don't do that to you. And then there was piss all over the floor. I have in my pocket human shit that was all over the floor in there. I picked it right there. That's human shit. Expected me to pee in a little 5-inch drain and pee in there.
Pee in there?
Yeah. And Don's going through the same thing. They think that you have no right to say anything. So I said, I need some toilet paper. The guy took 20 minutes, and then I pushed the thing down. It fell down. I said, hey, I need toilet paper. I need to take a shit, right? Mm-hmm. And so when the guy finally took another 20 minutes, he was going to show me he wasn't going to do it. Mm-hmm. Then what does he do? He comes to the thing, and I said, what is your function? I need some toilet paper. That's it. They escorted me over to a little room that cold as hell. My heart's killing me. I should go to the ER. I'm not feeling good.
Yeah.
It was 110. The top of my blood pressure was 210, was 185. It's supposed to be 120 over 80.
Yeah, you want to go to the... Well, Cliff is on his way. He should be here pretty soon.
Good. I didn't do anything wrong.
No, you were walking on the sidewalk. They were blocking the sidewalk.
Yeah, and I was
and
gonna
then
walk around him.
that cop, they yelled,
Oh, they
don't
did?
don't walk behind my sergeant like that. Then the sergeant just turned around and jumped and went towards
He didn't say I
you.
was arrested or anything. He just put his hands on me,
Yeah.
and I think I went just like
Yeah,
this.
I saw. I think I got
and
it
then I
on my-
wanted to go to blows, or whatever the was that I said, thank you for letting us know that we're not under detainment anymore. I went over to him. You saw me with my camera. Now they take my camera from me. In here, they don't let me take a shit. Okay? It's cold. They purposely turned the temperature down to probably 50 degrees in there. I feel bad.
Anything? Have you heard anything from her?
Yeah, we were trying to talk, but because of my years in the military, I want to tell everybody out there, you can be I'm 76 years of age. I have a heart condition. They wouldn't even help me with my heart condition in there. Who to call to find out what medication I needed. I needed to take it at 3 o'clock, and they didn't do a thing. Even the nurse wouldn't do it.
Do you get their names?
Yeah, I got to come back and do a FOIA request.
Yeah, we got to get all the body cameras.
They're I knew
you know-
when he put his hands on me, I go, I said to the sergeant, didn't I say that in the thing? I go, get your hand off me.
Yeah.
And I pushed him away, and then turned around. Next thing I know, he purposely took my camera and tried to bend the stick. Evidence to show you how forceful it was. Then he told me, oh, this gal over here, after they put the handcuffs on me, then they tell me that I'm under arrest because this gal, they wouldn't have solicited a gal to come out and say I was disturbing the peace. Who was that guy?
Remember she was in that room? She was in that room that you turned around
We didn't
and then
even talk to her. She was behind the door.
I know, and that you turn around and I say, oh no, she's not an employee, remember?
And I took my camera off her.
And then so I told that lady, we gave you the respect when we were in there to not show your face, not record you. We gave you privacy and everything, and then you come out here and planted yourself out here. Now you're gonna be on the internet. Now your face is gonna be all over the internet. You the respect that you deserve in there, but obviously you don't deserve it. And then her head just went. She was writing, and
They solicited
her head went up like this.
right?
And then the last charge that you got, it says what was it? Interference with public servant, with a public servant.
Who was the public servant I
The
interfered
two
with?
guys, the guy and the lady that were talking to Don.
They just had a case of the ass because they were being rude to us.
They're the one that followed those charges against you for. They said interference with the public, force, intimidation, and violence.
Where did I threaten him with violence?
Yeah, that's what it says. I know.
He was a terrible person.
Yeah.
He doesn't give his name or say anything.
Well, he's the one that one of them two, or that lady inside the lady that put her hand up like that was helping Don that walked away.
That's against
one
the
of them
law.
three. One of them three is the one that followed those
What
charges.
that guy didn't like is I was asking him pointed questions that he needed to answer because he was in the position of authority. I kept asking him, are you in charge here? He was in charge. What was going on? And if he can't take the heat, that's his problem.
Because, see, the sergeant said to me that I wasn't the one. I didn't get pointed out. I didn't get pointed out. He goes, well, you were not causing a disturbance in there.
I wasn't causing the disturbance.
I know you weren't. But we have it all on camera. I have it all on camera. So
They're
yeah,
I'm not worried about
Is
it.
there anything else you want the people to know? I'm gonna. You want me to post it after this?
Yeah. I want
Say
you
that
to
you're
post
out?
it, yeah.
As for the arrest itself, in Ogden, all it apparently takes is a raised middle finger to land you a no reservation stay in lockup. To the police, that's probable cause. To the First and Fourth Amendments, it's a legal punchline. But don't worry. When the constitutional shield is pierced, Section 1983 becomes the citizen's last artillery piece. Will one night behind bars morph into a hefty payout from the city coffers? Stick around for the finale.
Tell me how they treated you when they brought you here, because they treated you
shit.
like when they were putting you in the car.
They treated me like shit. You know, they go, stop resisting. What do you do when there must have been 6 officers on top of me, right?
Yeah.
Telling me that I'm stop resisting. That they just say that just to be they're trained to say stop resisting.
Yeah. Yep.
And so they were moving me all around. I'm just going, what the f-? And then I see my phone down the ground, and then they tell me, oh, your phone's been confiscated. Told Doherty in the vehicle, you f- big time. You cannot take, I'm news, and you can't take my camera. And you guys just f- royalty. The sergeant should have never put his hands on me, because I got it right on my camera. I go over to Tolman and I say, thank you for releasing us. And all I was doing was walking up the street, and because Doherty said what she said, that triggered the sergeant. He goes,
What did she say?
She said, don't walk behind my sergeant like that. And I said, F you and him.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, he turns around. I wasn't
And then
even walking to him.
he walks towards you.
He goes right up to me
Yeah.
and grabs my hand. I go, I'm not detained. Get your hand off me.
Yeah, they can't keep their hands to themselves.
No.
Short one, they
don't
kept
remember any
touching,
other.
kept touching you from the
Tolman?
beginning.
Tolman.
I don't know, the short blonde one.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
fucking
when they were arresting you, he ran towards me and then stopped right in front of me. And the cop,
they
lady,
wanted you to move.
she's like, I got him. So he turned around, goes back towards you, and they're holding you, and he's turning around like this. He keeps holding you. He's turning around like this. Keeps looking at me like
he
like
wanted
such
you.
a coward. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
wanted me.
all of us.
He wanted me for 2 reasons. One, I called him a coward to his face, and the other one is I told him, you don't intimidate me with your dirty looks.
Yeah, walking, they blocked the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I was going off this way when she said, don't walk up behind my sergeant like that. And I said, you and your sergeant. I have no intention.
Yeah, he turned around and walked towards you.
And he didn't say anything. I just found out from Tolman I was not contained, and he turns around triggered for his safety. Mother safety for a dumb mother cop. You're going to lose this shit, and I'm going to take you on a Title 42 1983 deprivation of rights, and this hole right here, they're going to end up they're going to, with pee on the floor. They put me in there, and they had it on the floor. They put me on the floor and told me to pee in a little hole. Are you shitting me? You've never had a bail like this.
How much?
Good citizen, protect our country for 20 fucking years, right? I didn't break any laws today.
No. Yeah,
Get out of my
the ego is what
yeah, and it was
destroyed them.
it's all legal. $24.20, $2,400. And I told the gal, she goes, oh, it went through. I go, you have no idea how much money's in there, lady.
So used to not be able to fight their charges or anything like that.
And so my court date, if you want to go.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
Have a good night. I heard you're an excellent person.
That's great. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Public servants should have attitudes like you guys.
Yeah, really.
But public servants with badges think they're above the law and above everybody. Utah defender got arrested at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I've been here all day. Yeah, go ahead.
I served my country for 20 years. When the gal first took my blood pressure, it was 210. At that point, that should have signaled fireworks off in her head about my heart. That place is a shithole. And these people, I told person after person, I need my medication. I told the nurse, I told Herrera, I told this guy named Wolf something. I told the females were the worst in there. And they didn't do nothing. They didn't care. And they did the same thing to Dawn, and they told us the floor had piss all over it that they put me in, human shit. Right here, look, because it's in a drain, I'm not afraid to put my hand in this. I don't want to gross anybody out. but the drain is shaped like this, and that's human shit. I picked it up on purpose because they put me in a foul room, meat locker.
Wow. Yeah, they were trying to kill you. They were trying to kill you.
And they didn't get, you know what? When I wanted to take a comes up to the door, and I said, what about my medication? I told you about it. He says, at 5 o'clock. Well, it's like 3:30. He goes, at 5 o'clock, we can't get a hold of anybody. It processed me. You should have asked me where the pharmacy was that had my medication so you could find out what it was and then had it done here. Oh, the doctor's gone.
Yeah.
Everything was an excuse, and everything was my fault, blaming me that I didn't tell you what my medications were. You had the opportunity when I came in this shithole.
Welcome to Ogden, Utah's resort, where the First, Fourth, and Eighth Amendments hang like Christmas lights, purely decorative, and a 76-year-old veteran is thrust into the starring role of what may be the year's worst civics lesson. On January 11th, 2025, a drama titled Free Speech Meets Church Concern premiered on the public sidewalk of Habersham County. The sidewalk, yes, the sidewalk, wasn't private church property, a restricted military zone, or someone's living room. And yet, it was treated like an unofficial extension of sacred territory. So where exactly did they toss the First Amendment? So let's find out.
Bring up the signs.
Can I help you guys out? What are the videos for?
What's that?
What are the videos for?
What's the video for?
Yeah.
Oh, what's the questioning for?
Our church. I'm just.
Yeah, I just began.
Okay. Can you tell me why you're taking videos of the church?
Can you tell me why you want to know?
To do, and I think this is our private property.
Not according to who?
I'm not trying to cause problems.
Neither am I.
Yeah,
I mean, I just barely got here and started taking some photos and videos, and you're coming out questioning me.
I just like to know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a camera. I mean, I don't know. You might have a different reason than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Tell me why you're.
I can, but the moment I say to you anything, you're gonna run and tell the people about it. So I don't know what you might say. If you wanna keep it a secret, then I might be able to tell you.
Secret if it's something that's going to do damage to our church.
Damage.
Oh, okay. No,
no.
I don't know about that.
No.
Nobody's. Yeah,
Okay.
but
The fact that you won't tell me why you're taking video makes me.
I mean, I don't have to.
It makes me wonder if this is.
wondering is fine. I mean, you can wonder all you want.
Questions about why did you decide to wear that shirt today? Why did you comb your hair the way you did?
Very suspicious when someone
Not to
comes
me.
and.
I do this all the time. It's not suspicious.
Yeah, it's just taking pictures, recording the location, other pertinent information.
Well, we have a right.
What's that?
We have a right if you don't want to let us know what's going on. I have a right to ask the police to come and ask you what's going on.
I wouldn't tell them either.
I mean, you can call if you want, but it's more like a waste of resources, for my opinion.
It's just I've never had.
I mean, is this a welcoming church?
Yeah.
So then why would you threaten to call the police on us if you're so welcoming? I mean, your sign behind you says welcome.
Are you a
But you don't seem very
honest
welcoming.
and loving person?
Taking pictures makes me dishonest or unloving.
You're not being honest with me while you're here.
I am. I'm just choosing not to tell you why.
okay.
There's a difference. I haven't lied.
Okay.
I mean, if you want, like we said, if you want to call the cops, that's on you, but you'll be wasting your time. Hey, excuse me, sir. I know you're allowed to take video. I just want to let you know that we have a lot of auto theft incidents of people in the cars. And if you could tell me, like, why you guys are shooting video, it would just help us out, I want you here. It's just, you just need to know who you are, so it's like.
So yeah, I was explaining to him. He came out and talked to me. So I was explaining to him that if he's able to keep a secret, then I will be able to tell him. But if he's gonna go, and then you're gonna go and announce it, then destroy my purpose here.
Okay.
Like if you can keep a secret.
Well, what?
Then,
I mean, it depends what it is. I mean.
Okay, so then I'm not able to gamble like that because you're most likely gonna go and tell people. Right now I'm working on some projects of mine.
Well, if it's like a money secret, then it doesn't matter if it's you know, if I don't know what secret it is, like you're planning to play a prank on people on their way
that would
out.
be up to everybody to speculate however they want to interpret it. I wouldn't be able to provide details as to why I'm here or these things.
So just like I don't. There's no personal. There's two options.
Yeah.
I should know what you guys are doing here, and it's not personal. It's just like
Yeah.
from my perspective, being here so that we're not alarmed.
Okay.
Because again, we have problems with people. They come and they scope out the cars when people are in service. They bash the windows and they take stuff. And then we have that's why we have security walk. Just not for you guys. Cameras don't hurt, but for all we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Why you're here and why you're shooting video? Because it's not common. You know, no one.
Would you like to know why I'm here?
Well, no, I'm
I'd be happy to tell you. I'm here to take pictures and video.
So it's either or we just let the police know. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna, all of us, no one's gonna be out here. We're gonna be in service in about 30 minutes.
You can decide on that.
Nice.
Okay. So would you like to let me know what you're doing?
I would tell you, but then you didn't tell me that you're gonna keep it a secret, and
Well,
you're
I
not gonna
can't
be
tell
able
you
to.
that. What if it's something dangerous? If it's not, if I judge that it's not harmful to us, then I will keep it a secret. If it's harmful, I have to tell somebody, honestly. You know?
Oh, okay. Then if you want, then call the cops.
Tell you what I'm doing. Taking pictures and video.
Police, and I just told you my thought. So I'm just gonna call the police, and if you guys don't mean any harm, that's cool. But I just want to let them know that you guys are here because our pastor, he doesn't want to make a scene. You know, you guys don't seem like you're doing anything but filming, right? But you know, it's just a security issue. You just two options. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, two options for you guys, right?
That's why I was saying that I'll leave it up to you if you want to call the cops. Or
Yeah,
not.
I'm just letting you know it's
No
not
problem.
that we see you as criminals. It's just that we have to see all these people.
You-
We're all gonna be in service.
You
know
gotta
what
do
I'm
what you need to do. No problem.
saying? So it's just the police department, not 911.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
It's ironic that a place devoted to preaching truth was the first to doubt a constitutionally protected right. The cameraman stood outside, didn't disrupt the service, yet was treated like a threat to the faith. Then came the chorus of invented rights: the right to privacy on a public sidewalk, the right to silence in open air, the right not to be recorded in public view. And so, the police were summoned. And I, along with every citizen watching, had just one question. Would Jesus have called the cops?
Hi, good morning.
We in your way?
No, not at all.
We don't know who they are.
Oh.
And they won't identify themselves with armed.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I told them I'm gonna call the police just to let them know we're here because they won't identify themselves.
Okay. So Jesus would call the cops on someone taking pictures outside the church?
Well, it depends.
Yeah.
What the purpose of the pictures are.
What do you suppose would happen if Jesus came out and said, "Why are you taking pictures?" And how do you think he'd react? Do you think he'd call the police, or do you think he'd just be accepting and understanding of that there's no harm in taking pictures?
Well, it depends what the nature of the pictures are. I'm sure that if there were some, if we weren't harmful.
Yeah, understand.
Well, I'm not Jesus, you know, I'm a sinner.
But we all supposedly have them in our hearts, right?
But our flesh is like I was born a sinner when I was a kid, for example.
Sure.
No one taught me. No one taught me how to lie or to steal.
Yeah.
I just did it, you know. I don't know what Jesus is. That's the decision. The decision of that is kind of tainted by my own mind.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know. It's more. It's a rather unselfish judgment, though. You know, just
Look out for your flock. Yeah.
Totally understand.
because we have people who I'm serious. They
Morning.
bash the windows.
Yeah.
While we're here.
Have you guys considered having security out here during worship?
We do.
Oh, okay.
We do. That's what I was telling you earlier. We got people, and it's not for
Yeah.
anything else than just presence. You know.
Yeah, that's good. Well, maybe an extra set of cameras on our end will help deter someone from wanting to do that.
That's why I asked you.
Usually cameras sometimes catch crimes in action, huh?
we don't know your purpose, and if you won't
I don't
tell
know your
me,
purpose, but I'm not going to judge you.
if you won't tell me, then I just have to see. I would rather know. You know what I'm saying? Because my pastor didn't want me to.
I did tell you I'm here. You asked why I'm here, and I said to take pictures of video, but that wasn't good enough, right? Like to know to satisfy your curiosity or ease any discomfort.
Like why you're taking video? You know, come on, don't play.
It's a nice day.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Coming in, you
Yeah.
know.
Thank you, sir.
So just
I mean, do you guys do live streaming here?
yes, we do.
I mean, I'd be happy to live stream also and get double the audience maybe.
Use your logic, please. I'm
So you don't want to help spread
I'm
the word of
I'm
God?
a person. I'm a sinner. Like I was born a
Yeah,
sinner.
nobody's perfect.
So don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't come on. You know.
I'm not playing.
Don't play with me. But just think about it.
Does he need help? You need help, my dear? You got it?
Peace and love. Peace and love.
Nice. Nice Crocs.
It's not peace.
I love the Crocs.
When a crime is committed, that's when I would call the police.
What if I said it was an unusual thing? Like this is never.
What's that?
Is that two people like
Unusual?
yourselves are doing what you're doing?
It might not happen here all the time, but it happens all the time.
Yeah, it doesn't happen here all the time.
Okay.
And then you were saying, you were mentioning like somebody's home, right? I don't think this is anybody's home. This is just people get gathered here.
This is our home.
If it's your
Bills.
home, do you guys pay taxes on this place? Property
know.
taxes?
I don't know.
I don't think churches pay property taxes.
I'm not the guy to
So
ask.
it's not
that.
anybody's home for sure.
Well, then again, but nobody lives here. You just come here because you like the people. The
No,
people like you.
It's the same thing that when you go home, this is why we come here. Like a lot of these people,
Yeah.
they come here for comfort. We're all of us who come here are family.
Well, it looks
Yeah.
like a welcoming place with a nice patio and a coffee bar set up outside.
Sure.
We eat together. This is what this is for.
Nice.
We help each other out.
It's
We
a
listen.
community. That's good.
One thing I can tell you right now is, you wouldn't see me in front of your house, in front of your house, ever. That's not my thing. But on the street, public street, for example, as you can see, I'm not in front of those houses. I'm not like, hey, what's happening over there? I'm here. You may call it home, I call it social club, because a lot of times people come for the wrong reasons. They don't come for the most sincere aspects of it. And I'm not critiquing anybody. I'm not necessarily putting down anybody. I'm not trying to destroy their image in your mind. But this is what I've seen.
Well, here's the most gracious man, more gracious than me. He's the guy to talk to, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys a cup of coffee and some cookies.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not a coffee drinker myself,
Oh,
so maybe
okay.
we'll double up.
You want it double? Okay.
I can only take one.
Okay, all right. I'll
Yeah.
take the other.
Sure.
Hands are full.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
God bless you.
I appreciate it.
You as well.
Soon after, the officers showed up, and in a stunning twist, they acknowledged the right to record, as if their Constitution firmware had just been updated. But not to worry, the bugs weren't fixed. They immediately demanded ID, as if a plastic card could patch the gaping cracks in the wall of civil liberties.
There we go.
You're gonna go and talk to
Know
him?
that you guys are having this friendly conversation.
talked to him. He's not too concerned about you guys. It's just more about it's just kind of like why, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? You guys are in a public sidewalk. You guys are in a public space. Like you can obviously record freely.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's the same as you are, I'm sure, with your camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So it's just more. He's just I mean it's not common. It's not common people just stand on the sidewalk and record. So he's just more like kind of why, but. You guys are free to be here. We're just here to make sure there's nothing illegal going on. And
Fairly common for me. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen you
different for everybody else. Yeah.
I've never seen you guys before, so yeah. Officer Rodriguez 504.
Thank you, Rodriguez. And here's your backup, I think.
Backups already.
So yeah, cool. All right.
You guys mind telling me you guys' names?
What's that?
You guys mind telling me your names?
I would, yeah, I'd mind.
What you do mind?
I do mind.
Okay.
You can call me Rodriguez.
You call Rodriguez?
Yeah. I'll steal your last name. If you don't mind.
All right, have a good day, guys.
All right, Rodriguez.
Hit by cars, all right?
Yeah.
You
What?
You got one coming in right now.
You're parking the wrong way.
From the driveway.
No, I'm not. I'm out of the driveway.
He's blocking the congregation.
I was.
Too many live under the flag of freedom without ever seeing its light. Knowing the law isn't a lawyer's privilege. It's every citizen's duty. Because democracy can't survive if people don't know where their rights begin and where others have no right to tread. The next stop on the Constitution Meets Reality tour takes us to the Habersham County Sheriff's Office in Georgia. On September 13, 2021, a self-described independent journalist casually walked into a public parking lot, chanting the sacred mantra, "No signs, public land, my rights." But before he could even adjust his camera angle, he was blocked with demands for a filming permit and an ID. Unfortunately for the officers, the First and Fourth Amendments don't issue licenses for this kind of unconstitutional circus.
I'm recording the facility. I don't answer questions.
What?
I don't answer questions.
You can't be on my admin side taking pictures.
Do what?
You cannot be on my admin side taking pictures.
No, that's the First Amendment, right? Restricted area signs.
You cannot be over here taking pictures.
Where's the restricted area sign?
41. Go ahead. I'd probably go ahead and call and get a deputy up here.
What's your name and badge number?
Corporal McDaniel. You can't be over here on this side taking pictures by the admin side. In the
Restricted area
public
sign.
area, but you cannot come over here and take pictures.
They should have a restricted area sign.
Sorry. Not take pictures, and he wants to argue transit public area, and then he can do what he wants.
I didn't say that. But what's up, man? How's it going?
Tour the facility.
Guess you say so.
I got you. All right, did you get permission from the sheriff and all that?
I don't need permission. It's First Amendment. This is public property because government funded.
Not exactly, dude.
Yes, sir.
There's too many private things going on up here. Personal information up here that you can't see, that you're not allowed to see, not without open
That's where the
records.
restricted areas are.
You're inside the guard lines, though, dude.
Actually, this is the public park. This is public parking for the people.
You see that?
And
That's called a guard line right there, dude.
Cars may be searched, but
Why do I
I'm not a vehicle.
Why do I have a car alarm going on?
I really don't know. It started going off. I have it recorded, so.
Okay, you got your ID on you?
Fourth Amendment, man.
Fourth Amendment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you do. I understand that, but there's also state law stating you have to provide form of identification.
Do you have a sergeant on duty, actually?
Yep, absolutely. I'll get him up here. Stand by.
And what's your name, badge number?
Deputy Case, badge number 130.
Yeah, and she was saying something about you can't record over here, but they should have a restricted area sign if they don't want people to record over here. Is this consensual, by the way?
What exactly are you doing up here anyway?
I'm just up here gathering information for a story.
For a story? What kind of story? Do you work for a news article, or are you with the media or anything?
Freedom of press, sir.
Have some kind of badge or some kind of affiliation?
That's the First Amendment, sir.
I'm not telling you can't talk about your First Amendment. I'm just asking if you're affiliated with anything.
Yes, sir. Freedom of press, gathering content for a story.
Here's the issue that you're running across, and this is the reason why it's kind of bothering me a little bit. You're actually taking pictures of personal vehicles over there, though, too.
They shouldn't be in public. Anything you can see from public, you can record.
Not necessarily, because as far as Georgia consent law, it actually have to have both parties.
There's no consent.
Yeah, there is. Okay. How long you been studying law then?
A good while, sir.
A good while. So where'd you go to school at then?
I don't answer questions.
Huh?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. He's going to pretty much tell you the exact same thing I told you already.
Well, you guys need to possibly get updated on the Constitution.
We're very well up to date on the Constitution, on the OCGA of annotated codes of Georgia as well too.
Well, I know nothing trumps the Constitution.
State law, you still have to abide by state law.
I'm abiding by the law just now. I mean, I'm walking around recording a public facility. This is government funded.
Okay. South End.
This is consensual, right?
Huh?
Consensual, right?
Have I put you in handcuffs? Have I detained you in any way, shape, form, or fashion?
No, I'm just making sure. Getting it for the record.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just sitting here talking to you. Presented any kind of ID or any form of identification of who you are.
Because I don't have to.
Yeah, actually, there's a state law stating that you have to actually provide some form of identification.
Absolutely not, sir.
You have to at least provide a name and date of birth.
Mr. Sergeant Miller can tell you that firsthand.
Sergeant Miller? Who's Sergeant Miller? We don't have a Sergeant Miller.
Well, he lied to me.
Yeah, we don't have a Sergeant Miller. Never have.
Well, I got the video of him telling me his name's Sergeant Miller. I did get pulled over for him a while back, and it was the same thing. I was out in public recording whatever. He was trying to use the intimidation tactics, saying, "Oh, well, you got to give me your ID." All this.
This is all explanatory. Okay, all I'm trying to get you. This is like you said, and I agree with you that this is a government-funded area. Okay?
Exactly, which means that's right.
But here's where it separates that. You've got a guard line right there.
Well, it's not closed,
This is actually state, federal, private property.
Government-funded.
You're not tracking. You see, that's where everything gets twisted up. All right?
Yeah. That's fine.
I got you. Now, are you from Habersham?
I'll answer questions.
From? I'm just asking if you're from here. I see how this is going to go. Okay. All right, we're going to hang out here. We'll sit in awkward silence. That's fine. Until my lieutenant gets here. I'm just trying to make small talk.
Well, just not trying to give up any of my rights, sir.
I'm not trying to force you to.
Well, I know you ain't. But since I did get clarity, there's no restricted area signs over here. So that means that I can walk over here and record.
Let me suggest something to you. Let you talk to my lieutenant first before you go back in there, because we do have an impound on top.
Well,
that is items that are under investigation.
Want people going back there? There should definitely be a restricted area sign.
Pretty clear with the guard line, but
that didn't say restricted area, and it doesn't say private property either.
721-304. If you're close to the jail, would you respond up there?
I don't have a form on it. I'll be not in check.
Clear on the
What followed was the usual tug of war. Officers quoting vague state law, the citizen quoting the very clear Constitution, and the mysteriously absent restricted access sign nowhere in sight. Somehow, they seemed to believe that imaginary internal policies could override constitutional rights. And even if those policies did exist, no one ever crowned them supreme law of the land.
Up here with this gentleman who brought his ID. Up here taking pictures and everything. That's pretty much what's happening. Yep. Not a clue. Alright. Right. Also, too, with our guard lines, does that not make it a restricted area? Guard lines on.
Just so you know. Yeah, I would have to say it. And I did read the signs before I came in.
Right. Right. Now, as far as employee parking and all that too, right?
It's all public, sir.
Let it go. Just let Joey know. Alright. Alright then, I'm just gonna stand out here and just kinda watch. Alright, see.
So what's the deal, sir?
Lieutenant's gonna call the sheriff. Let him know.
Alright. Okay. So just be clear, there's no restricted area signs over here. So I'm more than free to go over there, correct? Well, I'm just...
Alright, I'll walk with you, but I ain't gonna stop you.
Okay. Yeah, as soon as it
I need to get
says...
some exercise anyway.
I hear that. But, yeah, as soon as I see a restricted area sign, I'll stop. I mean, I'm not going to go past any restricted areas.
And see, and honestly, dude, that's what I'm worried about. I just don't want you stepping over something and, like, trying to open doors. Because I don't know you from Adam's house cat, man. I've never dealt with you before. I just like to know who I'm dealing with.
I understand that.
But understand this. There is a law that states that you have to provide some form of identification.
No, sir, there's not.
Yes, there is.
That's my Fourth Amendment, sir, and I can almost guarantee you don't want to have to deal with the lawsuit.
Okay. You can sit there and argue it all day long, but I'm just telling you.
Well, if that were true, you would have got my ID. I don't see any restricted area signs at all. That's crazy. You guys should definitely put one or two up, especially if you're worried about it. How's it going, sir?
How you doing? Yep. What's up, lady? Howdy, I see. So, for the sheriff, as long as you don't go in any kind of any gated fences, we're good. Have a good day, man.
All right, you too, man. And thank you for being professional.
You have any kind of water or anything? You want water?
Oh, I got 2 waters in my bag.
You want another one to go eat?
No, I appreciate it, though.
All right.
And while we're here, a gentle reminder to law enforcement. Want to prohibit filming? Please cite law, not feelings. Otherwise, enjoy your cameo in Constitution 101, full HD, free to stream worldwide, courtesy of YouTube. Before we wrap up the tour, let's swing by Chester, Pennsylvania, where a dramatic reunion unfolded on December 14th, 2023. A citizen unexpectedly became the center of attention for the high crime of parking near a power line. That vague call alone was enough for Officers Reeves and Gilmore to launch a brand new flavor of constitutional search. No warrant, no cause, just unchecked authority. In one chillingly casual sweep, the First, Fourth, and Fifth Amendments were shredded on the spot.
Hey, sir, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm Officer Reeves, Chichester Township Police Department. The reason we're here is we got a call for a suspicious vehicle, okay? Passerby or whomever called said it was a white vehicle sitting along the power lines.
I'm sitting on the power lines. I'm sitting on a public street.
What's that?
I'm sitting on a public street, minding my business.
Well, we got a call for a suspicious vehicle. We're just checking on said vehicle. Are you the owner of the car, sir?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer any questions. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Can I get a badge number?
Yeah, 51. Would you like the supervisor's badge number too?
Yes, please.
It's 37.
And his name?
Sergeant Brian Gilmore.
Brian Gilmore. Okay.
Okay.
I just want to mind my business, man. People drive by here, see me parked here doing nothing wrong.
Amendment right, not talk to us.
Yes, because I'm not doing anything illegal, right? Literally just parked in a public street.
Is that Sergeant? Sarge requesting your ID.
I'm not going to provide that. I didn't commit any crimes. I'm parked legally in a public street, doing nothing wrong. Nothing.
What's that? He says no to the ID. He's parked on public street doing nothing wrong.
That's right.
Okay, well.
Just because somebody called in a suspicious car, did they specifically identify something illegal that I was doing? Was I trespassing?
At this point, the reason we're requesting the identification is number one, we identify everybody we talk to. It's part of our routine. It's something that's been approved by the Supreme Court,
It's not been
and the United States Supreme Court.
It's not been approved by any Supreme Court.
Okay, all right. Well,
unless
you
have
certainly
reasonable,
disagree all you want, but just because you think so doesn't mean
unless you have reasonable suspicion of a crime, sir.
You're on one of our streets in our town. In order for you to leave, you're going to have to be legally able to drive.
Who pays for these streets, sir?
Excuse me?
Who pays for the street?
Upper Chichester Township.
The township, right? The people. And that means I can park here. I can travel through here also. I can stop on the streets. It's not illegal for me to do that. Did I commit an infraction?
We didn't say you're doing anything illegal at this point.
So then I'm not
vehicle.
providing any idea if I didn't commit anything illegal, if I didn't do anything illegal. But then?
You heard me.
There's an investigation that you have to conduct.
Yes.
So far, in your investigation, what have you concluded that I've done that's illegal?
That I have somebody that's refusing to provide identification.
And that's not illegal. Am I under arrest?
Sir. Under the vehicle code? Huh? You may be, and we'll have to find that out.
So are you threatening me with arrest?
Am I threatening you? No, I am not threatening you.
Well then,
I am telling you that if I have to do my job, I do my job. That's an entirely different thing.
Sir, well, conduct your job. I'm not providing any ID because I didn't commit any crimes.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You need RAS. Without RAS, there's no probable cause.
I have somebody that called in that this vehicle's been sitting
Anyone
here for an extended period of time.
So if someone calls in here, a black guy is sitting here, is that
Nobody
illegal?
said anything about you being black.
Well, I'm saying if they do, here and
they didn't
identify
say
me.
you were a pink flamingo either. So
well, that's fine. But I'm not providing any ID. Where do we go from here? I didn't do anything illegal. Are you threatening me with arrest?
I'm telling you that you need to provide identification. You're
I'm
part
not
of
providing any
investigation.
investigation.
You are required.
Do your investigation. Go and talk to the person who called and find out what I did that was illegal. Talk to them. Do your investigation. Do a thorough investigation. You just don't come here and talk to me. Because they called to talk to them. I didn't do anything wrong. You're not going to force me to identify.
Didn't do anything wrong,
but
sir.
do an investigation to see if I did anything wrong.
The first step of my investigation is requiring you to provide
I'm not providing any ID. I did nothing wrong. You don't have the right to just pull up on me and say, hey, I need the ID because someone called. It doesn't work like that.
I came here because
That's exactly what you did.
It is not, sir.
You pulled up here because someone called and say, hey, I need the identification. Doesn't work like that. I'm not providing it. Can I have your supervisor, please?
I am the supervisor.
I want your supervisor, lieutenant.
My supervisor is the chief. We don't have a lieutenant.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome to go to the police station and talk to the chief.
I don't have to. Straight. Until the laws of America change where we have to identify because an officer comes and say, hey, give me identification.
Well, you need to work on reading up on the court.
I know exactly what it says.
Okay, what does it say?
I know what it says. I have a First Amendment right to record. I have a Fourth Amendment right.
Nobody said you can't record.
Let me finish. Let me finish. I have a Fourth Amendment right to be safe in my documents and papers. I do not have to identify.
I'm not unreasonably searching or seizing anything at this point.
You're trying to seize my ID.
I'm asking you to provide identification. It's part of my job.
And I'm respectfully refusing that. I'm refusing it.
Operating a motor vehicle, which is what you're doing.
I'm not operating a motor vehicle.
You
I'm parked.
absolutely are.
I'm parked on a public street.
You're in command and control of the vehicle.
I'm parked on a public street.
If you were under the influence of alcohol or another drug, I could arrest you for DUI, but you're not.
I'm parked on a public street.
Okay.
Good. That's all I'm doing here. Doing nothing illegal.
You're the subject of an investigatory detention. Okay.
Can I get a case number, please?
Nope.
I need a case number. I want this documented.
Okay.
Can I get a case number?
You're welcome to go to the police station and request a report. But we're not going to know who you are because you didn't provide us any ID.
I don't have to. Can I get a case number?
Nope.
Okay, well then you're not getting any ID.
Okay.
What's the next step?
You'll probably get a citation for failure to provide driver's license.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead. Go ahead. Let's do that. You're a tyrant. That's what you are. You're
You're talking to me.
I'm speaking to him, sir. I'm allowed. He's funded by the taxpayer.
What do you need?
Sir, can I get an incident number, please?
I don't have an incident number yet.
Can you give me this incident number? I'd like to document
you can stop
this.
at our police station and grab the incident number.
So you're not providing incident number?
I don't have an incident number until I go back and do the report. I can't just pull one out of thin air.
All right, let me
talk
to
well, he doesn't have one either, and that's supervisor.
I just want to talk to him. It's just fine. 84-9. Gonna harass me for doing nothing wrong. Stay away from your dog. I'm not allowed.
Stay away from the dog.
I'm not approaching the dog.
You walk right close to the car. I don't want you to get hurt. I don't want you to be surprised.
The door is closed. I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm sorry. Sure. Hey, can I come under? Hey, do you mind giving me incident number, please?
Number's 44.
Thank you, Clap.
Hey, have a good one.
I just want an incident number. Literally, that's all.
We don't generate an incident number until it clears. All right.
Until it clears what? Like the call?
The radio system, yep.
So you're about to clear it, I would assume? So no incident number?
The police department? No, not right now.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
A reminder worth engraving. Pennsylvania has no stop and identify statute. When a vehicle is legally parked, officers cannot turn a voluntary conversation into a legal obligation. And if they try, then stay calm and ask them to cite the statute. Chances are you'll witness the gears of silent Googling spin behind their badge. And there you have it. We've journeyed through the hidden corners where constitutional rights are put to the test, from 3-star hotel jail cells to blatant free speech violations. Clearly, knowing and defending your rights is absolutely essential. These stories serve as a powerful reminder. Understanding the law isn't a privilege, it's every citizen's duty. Only when we fully grasp our rights can we stand firm and demand transparency and fairness from those sworn to uphold the law. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss future content. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.